The passive voice. Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to learn about the passive voice. The main idea is simple. In the passive voice, we focus on the action, not on the person who does the action. Let's learn how to use it step by step. Why do we use the passive voice? Sometimes, we do not know who did the action. Sometimes, the person is not important. The action is more important than the person. Look at this example. The chef serves makbuz. Here, we focus on the chef. The chef does the action. This is the active voice. Now look at the passive voice. Makbuz is served on big plates. Here, we focus on makbuz and the action. We do not need to say who serves it. So remember, the passive voice focuses on the action. The basic recipe. Now let's look at the basic recipe for the passive voice. The basic form is verb be plus the past participle. The past participle is also called verb 3. Let's look at these forms now. Present simple passive. First, we have the present simple passive. The form is am, is, or are, plus the past participle. We use this form for facts, daily routines, and things that happen regularly. For example, pasta is cooked in boiling water. We are talking about a general fact. Here is another example. The salad is made every day. And another one. The vegetables are washed before cooking. Notice the pattern. Is, or, are, plus the past participle. When we talk about facts or regular actions, we can use the present simple passive. Past simple passive. Now let's look at the past simple passive. The form is was, or, were, plus the past participle. We use this form for actions that finished in the past. For example, tomatoes were added to pasta. The action happened in the past. Here is another example. The bread was baked at home. And the rice was cooked for 20 minutes. Remember, for the past passive, use was, or, were, plus the past participle. Modal passive. Now let's look at the modal passive. The form is modal plus be plus the past participle. We can use modal verbs such as can. For example, different sauces can be added. This means it is possible to add different sauces. Here is another example. Extra spices can be added to the soup. And fresh bread can be baked at home. Notice the form, can be added. Can be baked. So, remember. Modal plus be plus the past participle. The chef's quick reference menu. Let's quickly review the 3 passive forms. First, present simple passive. Am, is, or, are, plus the past participle. We use it for facts and routines. For example, makbuz is served on big plates. Second, past simple passive. Was, or, were, plus the past participle. We use it for finished actions in the past. For example, tomatoes were added to pasta. Third, modal passive, modal plus be plus the past participle. We use it for possibility, ability, or permission. For example, different sauces can be added. These are the 3 important patterns to remember. The master recipe, putting it together. Now let's put everything together in a recipe. Makbuz is a traditional Kuwaiti dish. It is served with rice and chicken. The chicken is cooked with special spices. A spicy sauce called dakus is made with it. Extra vegetables can be added if people want. The dish is prepared in many homes and restaurants. Can you notice the passive voice? We have is served, is cooked, is made, can be added, and is prepared. Let's cook together, change to passive. Now it is your turn. Let's change active sentences into passive sentences. First, people eat makbuz with dakas. The active sentence starts with people. But in the passive voice, we focus on makbuz. So we say, makbuz is eaten with dakas. Let's try the second sentence. They use olive oil in Italian dishes. We focus on olive oil. So the passive sentence is, olive oil is used in Italian dishes. Excellent. Remember, in the passive voice, we move our attention from the person to the thing receiving the action. Spot the tense. Now let's identify the tense. Look at these sentences. Makbuz is served on big plates. This is the present simple passive. Why? Because we use is plus the past participle. Now look at. Tomatoes were added to pasta. This is the past simple passive. Why? Because we use were plus the past participle. Finally, different sauces can be added. This is the modal passive. Why? Because we use can plus be plus the past participle. So, always look at the helping words. They can help you identify the tense. Fill in the missing ingredients. Now let's complete the sentences. Look at the first sentence. Sushi. Prepared by the chef. The verb is prepare, and this is the present passive. You can pause the video to complete the sentence yourself. So we say, sushi is prepared by the chef. Next. Pasta. Cooked at home. The verb is cook, and we are using the present passive. Pause the video and try to answer. So, pasta is cooked at home. Now look at the last sentence. Tomatoes. Added to pasta yesterday. The word yesterday tells us that the action happened in the past. So we use the past passive. Tomatoes were added to pasta yesterday. Well done. Be the master chef. Now, it is time for you to use the passive voice. Write 3 sentences about your home or your daily routine. Try to use the passive voice. For example, my room is cleaned. Another example is, breakfast is prepared. And we can use a modal passive. Homework can be done. Now write 3 sentences of your own. Think about things that are cleaned, prepared, cooked, or done in your home. Take your time and check your passive forms. Congratulations, chef. Congratulations. You can now use the passive voice more confidently. Let's remember the 3 important forms. Present simple passive. Is or are plus the past participle. For example, the salad is made every day. Past simple passive. Was or were plus the past participle. For example, tomatoes were added to pasta. And modal passive. Modal plus be plus the past participle. For example, extra spices can be added. Remember, the passive voice helps us focus on the action. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about the passive voice. Keep practicing and try to use passive sentences when you speak and write about food, cooking, and everyday activities. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.